You're probably wondering why you're stuck, and that's because you're trying to heal in the same space that hurt you to begin with. Environments shape you way more than willpower will ever do for you. You think you have a lot of willpower, you think you can muscle your way through everything, but if your environment around you isn't conducive to what you want to do, which is usually healing or becoming better in some way, you're never going to get to that point because your environment influences you in ways that you don't even realize it's doing to you. And it's not about blaming everything in your environment or the environment you're in, because we're all products of our environment to a certain extent. But you have to recognize what environment you're in so then you can actually heal from what you need to heal from. And I made a separate video about environment a few weeks ago, and I broke it down in a few different parts because it's not just about where you are physically. A lot of your environment is who you're around and the things you intake and the things you digest. And of course, by digest, I mean the things you watch, the things you read, the things you are giving your actual attention to, the things you're pouring your time into. And when I say heal, it doesn't always have to be healing from something that is horrendous or something that's bad. You can heal from things that aren't serving you. You can heal from things that aren't going to help you get to where you want to go to as well. If you had a certain mindset that wasn't doing you any favors and was dragging you down all the time, you can heal from that mindset and adopt a better mindset to help you get to where you want to go. But environments matter more than your actual intentions. You can have the best intentions in the world, but if your environment is setting you up for failure every time, you're always gonna be falling behind and you're always gonna lead to that path of failure if your environment is always leading you down that. Like, really easy example, if you want to stop drinking and all of your friends drink and you hang out with them a few days a week, it's gonna be a lot harder for you to stop that habit. Or if you have a certain health condition and you can't eat certain foods and you are always in a place where they serve that food, let's say you work there or something like that, or it's right behind your house or something like that, it's going to be a lot harder for you to avoid that certain food. It's just all about proximity and the things you're always around and the people you're around. Because if you have the best intentions and your environment is pulling you down, then 9 times out of 10 nothing is going to change. You have to change your environment and what's in your environment. For me, it's usually less about where I am physically, especially if you live in the same city or you've been in the same house for a few years. But for me, I noticed it's mainly about the people in your environment, which also shapes your environment dramatically. It's probably one of the biggest forces that actually changes your environment, because the people you're around, you're going to tend to pick up on their habits, and you're going to tend to pick up on some of the things they do, their sayings, their mindsets in some ways, whether you like it or not. Even if you deny it, there's some things that you're gonna absorb from others. So that's why I brought up that drinking example, because that's a really common one that people fall into. Or smoking, I know, is another big one too. If you are around a lot of cigarette smokers and you stopped or you are trying to stop, it's gonna be 1,000 times harder for you to stop if you're around those people. So I found that more often than not, it's the people in your environments that are really gonna shape what you want to do in a lot of different ways. We've all heard that saying, you're the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. We've heard it 1,000 times, and some people dismiss it, but that's a very true thing. I think that is an actual truth of life. That is just how things go. If you don't believe me, then take your 5 best friends or the 5 people that you are around more often than not and write out columns, write their names down, and then write all the traits that you could think of that they have and the habits that they have on a piece of paper, and then do that for yourself, and then circle all the ones that you both have, and you're going to find a lot of circles on that page probably. And that's why environment and people in your environment are so much stronger than motivation and so much stronger than willpower, because they really shape what you do. And there's a hidden cost on staying where you were hurt or where you're hurting, because after some time you don't even realize it. You're numb to it at that point. It's something you get used to. Our brains are made to get used to things and get used to our environments and who's in our environments. Till then it stops being novelty, it stops being novel, and it stops being really exciting. Or it doesn't even have to be exciting. If it's something that's hurting you, after a while you don't even realize it's hurting you all the time, like a bad habit you have, that after some time it becomes normal to you and you don't even realize the effect it's having on you and that it's weighing you down so much. But familiar doesn't mean safe. It just means that you're comfortable with where you are. And comfort kills a lot of things. And staying still is way easier than changing your environment or leaving your environment, because it actually takes work. It takes you changing some things and making some adjustments and figuring out what you want to actually do and what you want to move towards. Humans typically, they move away from pain or they move towards pleasure. Those are the two directions that humans normally go in. And if the environment you're in isn't causing you enough pain, you're going to be chasing pleasure all the time. You're going to be chasing dopamine hits and comfort all the time. People normally don't change their environments until it causes them so much pain that they actually have to run away from it. A lot of that is human nature. A lot of people have to be chased by a lion or be chased by an animal, just to give a fire in them, just to give them a certain type of drive, or else they won't actually go for those things. And I'm for sure guilty of that. I have to, more times than not, I have to make my own fire. I have to make my own lion, that I have to be chased by so I can go after some things. Because just like most humans, if I don't have one, then I'll find myself drifting towards comfort and drifting towards the same environment that I'm used to, that is just comfortable to me. And you can't grow in that way. You're going to stay still forever. And healing requires you to actually get down to the truth. It's not just about avoiding habits, even though that's a big part of it, but you have to actually figure out things about yourself and what you want to actually get to and what you want to go towards. You can't just think your way out of things and just come up with new ideas and then not act on them and expect yourself to move in the direction you want to go in. You have to actually set up the conditions for yourself so you can get to where you want to go. And a big part of that could be distance from certain people, certain habits, or certain distractions. But a lot of people ask, what should I do? What should I be adding on? What do I need to do next? And a lot of what you need to do is taking away stuff and pulling stuff out of your life instead of you adding on more to your plate. Pull some stuff off your plate first and then start from that baseline. And especially remove the thing or people that is hurting you or was pulling you down constantly. Those are the first ones to go. And you'll know when it's time to change your environment or to change the people in your environment, because there's going to be obvious cues. If you start to feel triggered all the time in those situations, you feel drained, or you notice that when you're not in those environments or around those people, you get more stuff done or you feel better, then those are a few cues for you to know, all right, I need to change my environment and change who's in my environment. And also, if you have to shrink to fit in, if you are finding yourself not wanting to say some things that apply to you because you think it might put somebody else down and make someone else insecure or whatever it may be, you might have to change that environment or change those people that you're around too, or just not say anything at all. But you shouldn't have to slow down to make others feel better. You should be able to go at your own full pace and go 100% with whatever you want to do. And whoever isn't cool with that and whoever isn't supportive of that, then you don't need to be around them anyways. It's going to drown you out. It's just noise. Or if the environment brings out an old version of you that you don't necessarily like just a more lazy version of yourself that you haven't really tapped into in a while if you've been on a good streak, or whatever it may be. It doesn't have to be that, but if you notice that a certain environment is pulling you backwards to how you used to think, how you used to act, the things you used to do, you probably shouldn't be around that environment either. But you can't become the new you in the old place that built you. You have to change some certain things. The only thing that's going to be constant is change. That's the only thing that's always going to be guaranteed. And changing those environments and the people in those environments isn't you running away from anything. It's just you doing the smart thing and choosing things that are going to be conducive to what you want to do, and that's going to help you grow. Because healing isn't about escape. It's about you being aligned with where you actually want to go. So do whatever you need to do. And if you want a different life, either change your environment or create your own environment. You don't have to, there's no rule book you have to follow to change your environment or to go into a new one. You can create your own environment from the ground up and lay your own bricks on what you want to be around and who you want to be around. But let me know down below what things you're going to change in your environment, whether it's the location or the people around you in your environment. And also, what are some things that your current environment isn't letting you heal from that you think you want to be able to heal from one day and change one day? If you got this far, my name is TJ. I got some more stuff on the way, so if you found this helpful, consider liking, consider subscribing. And until then, I'm out of here. I'll see y'all.